Good morning and welcome to 7 at 7 from the Economic Times podcasts, a daily financial news capsule to get you clued in for the day. It's Monday, the 16th of September, and I am your host, Bhaskar Datta. In a major global development that could have a bearing on the US elections in November, a second assassination plot appeared to have been planned against Republican presidential candidate Donald Trump on Sunday, with the former president unhurt after the incident, Global Report said. Law enforcement officials said that US Secret Service agents saw and fired on a gunman in bushes near Trump's golf course on West Palm Beach, Florida, where the former president was at the time, reports said. The gunman dropped an AK-47 style assault rifle and was arrested after fleeing the scene. Remember that Trump was injured after an assassination attempt in July, when a gunshot grazed his ear, ahead of what looks like a closely fought election against Democratic candidate Kamala Harris. Trump said that he was safe and well. Here's a breaking international development about Indian e-commerce. Samsung, Xiaomi and other smartphone companies colluded with Amazon and Walmart's Flipkart to exclusively launch products on the e-commerce firm's Indian websites, breaching antitrust laws, Reuters reported, citing regulatory documents. Antitrust investigations conducted by the Competition Commission of India have found that Amazon and Flipkart violated local competition laws by giving preference to select sellers, prioritizing certain listings, and steeply discounting products, hurting other companies, the report said. The CCI's report, that runs into 1,027 pages, said that the Indian units of 5 companies, Samsung, Xiaomi, Motorola, Realme, and OnePlus, were involved in the practice of exclusive phone launches in collusion with Amazon and its affiliates, breaking competition law, the report said. We'll stay on e-commerce as we turn to domestic news. India's government is considering using data from quick commerce platforms like Blinkit, Zepto and Instamart to gauge changes in household consumption patterns, officials said to ET. These platforms account for 5 to 6% of India's grocery market, and their rapid delivery models have made them a key source of real-time economic data. The move would help revise the base year for GDP and other key economic indicators. Quick commerce has been growing at a blistering pace, expected to hit $6 billion in GMV by 2024-25, making it a rich source of insights for policymakers. Here's another development on government regulations, one which empowers banks against loan defaulters in the shipping industry. The centre is planning to change rules and give banks the power to auction ships if their owners default on loans. People familiar with the matter told ET. Right now, banks don't have that ability due to special exemptions in the SARFAESI Act. This change would make it easier for banks to recover their money when someone defaults on a ship loan, just as they can do with homes or cars. There's more on the regulatory front, but this time the centre has trained its sights on banks and their compliance standards. The government is considering increasing fines on banks for regulatory non-compliance, according to a media report. Currently, the penalties are seen as too low to deter large banks or repeat offenders. To strengthen enforcement, the government may amend the Banking Regulation Act of 1949 and the Reserve Bank of India Act 1934. This move is part of a broader effort to ensure strict adherence to banking regulations, especially after several high-profile violations in recent years. There's a new chapter in the Oberoi family saga. Vikramjit, Natasha, and Arjun Oberoi are battling Anastasia Oberoi in court over their late father PRS Oberoi's will. The hospitality group behind the iconic Oberoi hotels is expanding, making this legal tussle over inheritance all the more crucial. Anastasia claims the others are blocking her rightful inheritance, and the dispute centers around 2 different wills. A family feud of this scale could have serious implications for the Oberoi business, which is preparing for its next big growth phase. We'll end with the latest developments surrounding troubled edtech giant Byju's. US lenders have turned on the heat on Byju's, demanding the repayment of a $1.2 billion loan that's been unpaid for over 17 months. The firm, that was once hailed as a disruptor in the education sector, is now facing serious financial difficulty. CEO Baiju Ravindran has claimed that the company might not need to repay the loan, but lenders are pushing back hard. That's all for today. Thank you very much for tuning in to 7 at 7 from the Economic Times podcast.